Not done just yet.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we both are summer lovers.
Yeah, very much.
All right, we want to talk about the big news today out of the Erie Catholic Diocese because it's on the heels of what happened last night. Last night, the diocese unveiled its parish restructuring plan, and it calls for the combining of several local parishes and the end of weekly Sunday Mass at some churches.
Under this preliminary plan, emphasis on preliminary, churches like St. Paul's and St. Andrew's would lose regular Sunday Masses. Meanwhile, churches like St. Joseph's Bread of Life and St. Mark the Evangelist, they would be merged into bigger parishes. They would still keep their weekly Masses, but share priests and be part of that larger parish structure. Again, all still a preliminary plan, but one thing is certain, with attendance dropping and priests becoming more scarce, major changes are coming. This has already happened in the other areas of the diocese. Now it's happening in Erie County. The City of Erie receiving a huge financial boost now to improve its water system.
Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey was in Erie today to highlight $30.5 million in federal funding for the City of Erie. And this money will be used to replace lead pipes that will improve water infrastructure throughout Erie. According to Erie Waterworks, they expect to replace 5,400 lines by the year 2025, and they hope to have a totally lead-free water system 2 years later by 2027. It has been 2 years since the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, U.S. troops from Afghanistan, and that ended a military presence of 20 years in the Middle Eastern country.
The country fell to the Taliban just weeks after those U.S. troops left. So now, 2 years later, what do veterans think of what they've seen in Afghanistan? Our Tom Kowalski has reaction from local veterans on Erie News now at 6. It is back to school season, and it's an important chance to connect with students about how they're doing in school and, of course, the ripple effects of the social aspects of school.
That's right. The U.S. Surgeon General has sounded the alarm about what he calls is a crisis in youth mental health. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, says 50% of all mental health conditions appear by age 14. And schools play a vital role in providing or connecting children and families to services.
This is a question that, think about yourself. I almost had to go to one today, fortunately didn't, but how often do you go to an ATM? Americans now are paying a record amount just to withdraw cash at ATMs nationwide. According
to an annual study by bankrate.com, the total cost of an out-of-network withdrawal has gone up to, listen to this, almost $5, $4.73, taking over the previous record of $4.72 back in 2019. But while ATM fees have gone up, Bankrate also found that overdraft and not sufficient funds fees, they've dropped. Out-of-network ATM fees, though, are easily avoidable. Experts say it all adds to the negative impact on Americans' finances already burdened by inflation and interest rates.